Welcome to Movie World Plus, the place where we talk movies plus streaming, and I'm here to Hulk out on the She-Hulk finale. Oh my God, this was the dumbest finale I think I've ever seen Marvel do. And I need to say something. It's not because she's a woman. It's not because I'm a misogynist. I liked the previous episode with Daredevil. I actually liked the episode before that as well. I was starting to like Jennifer Walters. I thought the character was actually being written a little better. But oh my God, this episode was so dumb and just like trying to be so clever and references. I'm so, the speech at the end by Jennifer Walters. Oh, all right, look, I got to go full spoilers on this. I'm going to go through this finale and I'm going to break down my problems with it. And I'm sure I'm going to be labeled all the things in the world. Of course, Andy is here raging on She-Hulk, but this episode was written so stupidly. I need to rant. I need to rant. All right, guys, some of you may have liked it. I'm glad you liked it. I didn't like it. So I'm going to share my feelings why I didn't like it on my movie channel. So if you don't like that, you can already dip out. I appreciate the comments telling me that whatever. I don't care. I've stopped caring. I'm just going to share my thoughts on films and TV on this channel, and I have no fear anymore. So if you like that attitude, join my movie channel here. Hit subscribe, hit that bell for all alerts, and smash that like button. Hulk smash that like button and leave a comment below. And what do you think though? Nicely, you think I'm actually off on this? Hulk smash those buttons. All right, let's talk about this. Spoiler warning. Okay, I'm not even going to waste time not talking spoilers because we got to get into spoilers. Let's just talk brief overview of the series. I think I can start there. I didn't like the pilot. I've reviewed the first few episodes, as you saw. The first 4 is what they gave us, and I've been watching since. But as you go through these like plot lines, the what's his name? Danny Magic or whatever. Don't care. Even Emil Blonsky's just turned into this like hippy dippy like waste of Tim Roth, in my opinion. I don't even remember what happened in part 2. Titania is one of the boringest, most generic, stupid characters I've seen. She's just a dumb, bland influencer who, like, why was she there filming it at the end? And like, oh, it made no sense. It made no sense. Terribly written character. Don't ever want to see her again. And then we had the wedding episode where it's like things started to turn for me. Surprisingly, I was like, all right, as annoying this episode is, I liked her. And then we put in this Josh character who falls in love with her. And then, of course, turns out to be the evil behind the scenes guy. It made no sense to me. This guy was like such a sweet, good looking actor guy. And so his whole intent was Hulk should be man, not a woman. It made no. And then he wasn't even there in the finale. Like, where was he in the meeting? Shouldn't he have been like the number 2 guy? It was such like a quickly written, stupid payoff to men hate women plot line that I'm just like, really? This, like, I believe there are a lot of men that hate women. I do. But I just did not believe that they were going to go do that revenge video and she was going to stumble upon her at a wedding and then do a whole courting ritual just to get that, to then shame her. It made no sense. It felt so forced. And then we have her go off of the retreat. That was the episode I didn't hate because I was like, we got to meet some of their characters. And from a building out Jen Walters as a character, and from the wedding to that, I did start to feel for her a bit. I thought it was less I'm a cocky lawyer and more like we were meeting her as a person. She had a big ego on this show. And it's like Tony Stark, all these characters have egos in the MCU, but they still get grounded and you start to relate to them, you know, and that's what makes them likable characters, even if they got an ego or whatever. And I felt like by 7, the writers were finally trying to find their way. And then Daredevil shows up in part 8. And I really actually enjoyed that show. I laughed a few times. Matt Murdock distracted me. Yeah, it's definitely a more goofy version of Matt Murdock that I know Steph and others didn't love. But his walk of shame, I laughed. There were moments of this show throughout that I was just wanting to like it so much. So then they set up this big finale. She hulks out at the end of episode 8. And they immediately, you know, are scared. And I saw a lot of commentary online. We'll see, well, that's what it's like to be a woman. Of course, they come after her when all this has happened to her. No, she's a Hulk ranging monster. That's why they're coming after her. And I'm kind of shocked that they went there, because if that's really what you're going to do, she's a Hulk ranging monster. Well, that's a valid safety concern that I would totally believe some people would have. In fact, I'd believe that's what Hulk King and others were more worried about. I don't trust her. She could kill us. That would have been a more interesting thing than constantly go to the gender stuff, which is what this writer's room was obsessed with on this show. But so anyway, we have this Hulk out moment, and then so the finale starts. Whose show is this? Good question. Good question. And then the show just starts with this like clear homage to the original Hulk with Bill Bixby. And it like looks cool, but it just serves no purpose. It's like this whole show has been trying to be Deadpool because the writers of this show, a lot of them worked on Rick and Morty. So they have this like comedic backstory. And yes, I know the comics break the fourth wall. There are runs of the She-Hulk comics. So I'm told, I'm not a fan. I didn't read them, but I'm told there are, runs of the She-Hulk run that they do. They break the fourth wall. It's more funny. And these writers are clearly trying to have the best of all worlds. And so they just think because the comics did it, well, we can do it from time to time. But I really just don't feel like the rules ever made sense. It really just felt like writers throwing shit against the wall and Marvel fans being so excited that, oh, there's a reference. That's literally what I feel like a lot of you MCU stands. Sorry, you just reference. Oh my God, best thing ever. Oh my God, reference, best thing ever is what a lot of this show starts to feel like. And I'm just like, okay, can I get some substance? Can we get a little bit more? Instead, we got a lot of references. So it starts with this, and then it's of course just a dream scene. Even though I liked, well done, it was cool. Like this She-Hulk, I think looks better than the stupid CGI one. I'll be honest. I would rather watch that than the weird Shrek. All right, so she wakes up, blah, blah, blah. I got to be careful not showing too much. They then inform her that, the case is against her. They don't trust her. So then there's an inhibitor to stop her from hulking out. She's agreed. And of course, she can't be a lawyer. Everybody hates her. She's got to move back in with her parents. Within like 2 minutes, she just falls from the top to the bottom next to her Aaron Brockovich poster. Oh, poor She-Hulk. And I was just like, really? That big moment at the end of the finale just led to her giving it all up that fast? The character I was known and love is just going to give up like that? Why? It didn't make any sense. So then we learned, okay, she's out there trying to discover, and then that plot line goes nowhere. So much stuff just comes up that they never really resolve on this show. He's just out. So everybody's against her. She's against her. And then she decides to go to Emil. Okay. And then it's like, well, clearly, are they going to try to make Emil the bad guy? And then, blah, blah, blah. I just fast forward. I like the friend. I don't even remember the character's name. She's not my least favorite character. She's okay. I think she's acting well. It's a good character. They, of course, stumble upon into the meeting because they found some dance clip. And of course, Hulk King and his minions at this terrorist organization are like, yeah, come to the new meeting. And then we meet this meeting of just a bunch of bros. And they don't even look like, they just look like extra central casting extras. And then we get I forget his name, but I met him. He's on Baywatch. Anyway, that guy. Twist. He's the Hulk King, of course. And he's telling everybody. This whole scene was just written so stupidly. What was the point? Is she as strong and as smart as they're all just like, yeah. Like as if that's the commentary online. There's definitely sexist commentary online about the MCU. I'm not going to say that there isn't. But this whole Hulk's better. She's not as strong as the Hulk. Men are better strong. I can think of some of the channels that people think they're trying to emulate, and that's not what's happening on those channels. Not at all. They don't want. It's just this mockery is just so lazy, and you can just tell the writers are just offended and annoyed and trying to call them out. And it's just, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I just didn't buy this scene at all. And then we reveal, oh yeah, I'm the Hulk King. Blah blah blah, yada yada. She goes to the retreat, and of course he's hired a guest speaker. It's Abomination. But it's a miscommunication. All of this was what it was. They're trying to get this big showdown between the two of them. And I'll be honest, it was dumb. This was a dumb ending, but it was pretty much the whole way the show was. But no. Let's get ready for the big twist. The big twist is he's becoming a Hulk. Tatiana shows up. Yeah, bro Hulk, for real bro Hulk instead of bro Thor. Tatiana's there and yada, yada, yada. And then she suddenly does this where she bursts through the Disney Plus thing. And she's like, no, we got to fix this. And they go full fourth wall, literally fourth wall breaking to the point where I'm like, when this happened, I was like, what? What are they doing? So she jumps into Marvel Assembled. And now she's in the making of Marvel movies. And now she's walking on the Disney lot. Terrible CGI. And no disrespect to the VFX artists. They are working these VFX artists to the bone. Everyone's wondering why these Marvel movies are getting delayed and pushed. It's because they don't have enough VFX teams to be able to handle the output that Marvel's now churning out. And so they're working and burning these MCU VFX teams. And yeah, it sucks. I hope they're paying them more. But here she shows up to the Disney lot. She-Hulk suddenly in a new outfit. Her outfit just changed. And she's walking through the Disney lot. And then she stumbles into the She-Hulk production meeting, the production room, and here are the writers. Well, here they are. Everybody's had all this beef with the writers. Well, here they are. And here they literally are. Now, I'm not familiar with the writers. I had to go look and do this homework to make sure I understood. Here are the writers. It's created by Jessica Gao. And sure enough, writer Jessica was played by Eden Lee. Okay, so she's an actress, and she's the one who's playing sort of the lead writer. And then the credits also make it clear writer Zeb. Now Zeb also is a writer on the show. Zeb, the guy in the back. That's who Zeb is. So this guy's Zeb. And then I was like, well, wait, she looks like Jessica. Sorry, hold on. She looks like the creator to me. I just looked up interviews to try and but the same hairstyle. So it looks like Jessica did put herself in. It looks like this writer, Cody Ziegler, also put himself in. I mean, that seems like Cody to me. And then, yeah, Zeb sure seems like the sad guy in the back to me. So here you have like some of the writers intermingled with some actors to play the writer versions of themselves. This guy is playing the version of this, and she's playing the version of these two are literally these two. So they've literally cast themselves, but because they're not actors, they cast some actors. In this writer's room scene, I just want you guys to understand, yeah, they put themselves in the show. They put themselves in the show. Not only do they put themselves in the show, but they make this ridiculous scene.
Hey, is everything okay?
What the hell, you guys? What kind of stupid finale is this?
Now,
we thought it'd be really cool and
unexpected to write ourselves in it, because I'm a Rick and Morty writer. So yeah, I really challenged Kevin. Like, we're going to do something really big and fun with it. It's going to be so epic. Yeah, we're going to totally just stop all the action and do like a fourth wall break, completely nonsensical moment. But the fans are going to go nuts because we're going to mention Kevin Feige, and then we're going to put Kevin Feige in it. It's like the best Saturday Night Live skits. When Lauren Michaels shows up, it's always hilarious.
Fun and kind of a twist.
A twist?
Yeah.
The bad guy steals my blood in order to give himself superpowers.
Yeah, welcome to every Marvel movie. Now they're making fun of all the Marvel shows, which they're doing. Like, yeah, this isn't an unfair commentary, to be fair. They are making fun of themselves.
That original idea.
And then she just yells at there's only, I think, 3 men in a room full of women. One in the back's like cowardly against the back. And then there's this guy who doesn't get to say a word. That's Cody. And she just yells at him. Why did you think of that dumb idea? Not to the group. She is yelling at the dude.
Was that from every other superhero story?
And then he's like, yes, ma'am.
Okay, there are certain...
And then you got to have the one who fights back in the room full of women is, of course, the man. Here he is.
Are supposed to happen in a superhero story.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Why don't we just do things our own way?
Oh, what?
This is the story that Kevin wants.
Yeah. This is the story. What? Yeah. It's Kevin's fault. Yeah. We got to just listen to what Kevin tells us to do. We don't get to do what we want, with the irony of they're clearly doing something entirely stupid that they want, which to me was so dumb. This was not clever. This was just like, we don't know what the hell to do. What if we cut to our writer's room and then make fun of it? Which was not the tone of the show at all. She broke the wall a handful of times randomly. It was never this intense. This is something Deadpool could have maybe done. Like, it really feels like they were like, we're smarter than Deadpool. So let's do like a complete Deadpool scene for our finale that'll make no sense to the plot and the character that we've been building throughout this whole season. Okay, great. And then we're going to break this wall. And then we'll get to that and say it's about the character. But apparently that's how this show now works.
Then I want to talk to Kevin.
So she wants to talk to Kevin. You can't talk to Kevin. She goes and does the whole, there's a whole scene here. I got to be careful. Whole scene of her trying to get to Kevin. She beats up the Marvel security, and then lo and behold, Kevin is an AI machine algorithm wearing a Kevin hat. Now the fans are eating this up. I went on Twitter like, I was just dumbfounded when I watched this. I was like, okay, what? What is this commentary? So they're making fun of themselves, but are they even really? I don't even understand. Anyway, the fans have eaten this up. Reference, oh my God, Kevin's in it. He's an algorithm. And I do think this is a knock on Warner Brothers, apparently was considering hiring creating an AI to start making films. But it's sort of like, it is a knock on Marvel hitting themselves in a way, which I'm like, okay, interesting. But this whole scene.
Hello, Jennifer.
Kevin?
It stands for Knowledge Enhanced Visual Interconnectivity Nexus.
So Kevin Feige is an algorithm, is what in the MCU, Kevin now exists as a AI computer that is controlling the MCU. This is now canon. We have the time police, right? We have the multiverse. We have, I'm losing track of all of the things we have. We have whatever Wanda's creating. There's so many things happening in this world. And now on top of it all, we have Kevin behind the scenes is actually making it all up. We have the Watcher. We have Kevin. What the hell's happening? Reference, though. Reference. What is Marvel doing? You can't do this unless you're in Deadpool, because then it's not necessarily canon. This is now canon. Yeah, let's try it. Whatever. Who cares if it makes sense? I was like, what? And this whole scene, they proceed to just go through, and it's like, look, I'm a fan of satire, of comment, of busting on yourself. Oh, sure, all day long. And the funniest moment was when she's like, I'll see you on the big screen, and she's like, really? And he's like, no. That was the only time I was like, all right, that was funny. But this whole scene is ridiculous. You're the one who's making all the decisions. And then they'd make a joke again. Well, it's too expensive to show you here. And it's not really funny because these VFX artists are being worked to the bone because Marvel is just trying to spit out too many movies with VFX. These movies have become animated in a way. They really have. Wait till the camera. Kevin tells you to wait till the camera's off you. So then she goes to Jen Walters. We produce near perfect projects. Well, I'm not happy with happening in my story. So here she is going in. The character is now pleading with her final, what's it called? As lawyers do, their final speech of
Regardless
what?
Of creative ownership, can we agree that it is a legal comedy?
If that's what you prefer to call it.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't even know what the writers are admitting. We don't know what the fuck we're writing. We don't know what we're writing. I would like to give my closing argument. Marvel movies, it's often said Marvel movies in the same way. Now, to be fair, I think we did that first on Honest Trailers. I will say it. We even wrote our Interns of Field chart, which is on this channel years ago. We did a parody just as much as this one. And watching it back, I don't think it's as funny as we thought it was. But now they're like doing the jokes now, all these years later. Like they're finally catching up. Like, I guess we got to make fun of ourselves now like everybody was back then. All of this just feels like old jokes. Like we already told these jokes, guys.
Often said
A lot of people have, not just us. The Marvel movies end the same way. It's
Wait,
true.
Who's saying that?
perhaps
Everybody.
this is a result of
Some unwritten rule that you have to throw a bunch of plot and flash and a whole blood thing that seems suspiciously close. I'm reading it so I don't get dinged. To super soldier serum at the audience in a climax. I mean, that's a fair. We don't have to do that. It's true, huh? And Kevin Feige's all confused. What? It distracts from the story, which in that my life fell apart. Yeah, I mean that's true. But at the same time, all of it was dumb. This whole story, none of that story was really good. Right when I was learning to be both Jen and She-Hulk, you write this scene where you flip out because of revenge video. And everyone's afraid of you. And then they just completely forget. And then they're like, okay, you can just not be Hulk anymore. And then at the end of this, guess what? They're going to change their mind and now she can be Hulk. Because that makes sense, right? Everybody who loved this episode, explain how that made sense. Are they scared or are they not scared? Now she gets her job back. Everything's sorted out because what they couldn't figure out then, now they figured out because Kevin, artificial intelligence Kevin just said, okay, ignore it. Doesn't matter, you idiots. Kevin processing the new data from, and it really does feel. So what are you proposing? Well, let's have her just write the finale. Well, can we not do this? He's like, the powers aren't the villain. He is. a racing blood plot, and Bruce swooping into outer space to save my story. It's my story. But Bruce is supposed to return to explain what he's doing on, no, we don't need to hear any of that. She shrugs off Kevin Feige to say, nah, we don't care about what's happening to the Hulk. This is my show. Nah, blah, just erase it. And then Kevin, literally, and I think this scene is literally giving into its own toxic critics who say that they're pandering to women. Because this scene is literally, they got the writers, got Kevin Feige to show up on the show and basically get slapped by the women writers. Like, that's what this scene is. Like, it's like they couldn't have, like, they don't even see the mirror that they're reflecting. Like, what is this scene? I can't even believe it. Save it for the movie. Recalculating. What about, and then it's like, what do you want Abomination in the movie? Do you want what do I want to do? And basically Jen Walters has turned and Kevin is erasing all the points that she doesn't like. And let's do a climax in the daylight. And then Kevin, whatever, blah, 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 Kevin. And then she goes off, what's with all the daddy issues with all the guys and Thor and everybody's got daddy. And then it's a whole commentary from these women writers who clearly aren't like, I feel like aren't fans of the Marvel. I just, now I'm getting that vibe, that they were very frustrated with the lack of representation. So now they're out there just criticizing it all instead of like, let's all enjoy the movies together. It just feels like now it's like, yeah, you really sucked, Marvel. When it's like, I don't feel like that's fair. That's not fair to Kevin or anybody. They didn't suck. And now they're like being forced to do a lot of stuff, which is literally proving the point of why there are critics on there complaining about the woke Marvel agenda, where it's like, yeah, when you just force it down your throat, it's less exciting. Now it's going to, and then she literally is like, what about X-Men? Wink to camera, because we know references will make you excited. And Kevin doesn't say anything. And then back to She-Hulk. Season 2, and then Kevin's like, yeah, you won't be able to access us again. We've ensured this stupid scene never happens again. It's been fixed. And then she leaves. And then she literally, this show just is all over the place. And she's like, well, you just smash. That's what we do. We smash things. Bruce smashes buildings. I smash fourth walls and bad endings to make even worse endings. And don't forget, I also smash sometimes Matt Murdock. So she's going to ruin Matt Murdock is what this implies to everybody who doesn't like this show. And then flash forward to her solving everything, to save budget on effects. And then of course, let's have Matt back. Matt's there having a picnic lunch with everybody. Oh, yay. Now we're a nice, sweet, happy couple. I'm just staying in town for the week because that's what I need to do now because these writers have said that I'm the sex object. Literally at the end, she's like, bring Daredevil back. A woman has needs. And then the most egregious to me, they're like, you know what? No, Jen, we're going to ignore your feedback. We are going to bring back Hulk because Hulk's an important character. And Hulk shows up.
I have someone here that I'd like you all to meet. This is my son, Scar.
What? What? Reference! He's in the comics, and they're clearly not doing the exact same thing, but ooh, why would you waste this? Why would you waste this reveal? This is the reveal at the end of She-Hulk, which she's now established is her show. Oh no, but let's have Bruce come back and introduce his son. As if that's not far more interesting stuff than we've watched over the past 8, whatever many episodes it was. Let's just have that be a little, oh, by the way, you need to watch all She-Hulk to see that Hulk has a son now, but we'll explain that later. That's the state of Hulk now, of everything in the MCU. Reference, blah, 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 blah. Kevin Feige sucks because there's too much daddy issues and not enough women issues, and you need more of this, and listen to me, blah, 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 blah. This show was a mess. This show was a mess. I'm going to probably be in a minority. The MCU fans are just gobbling it up. I just think this was terribly lazy writing. I think it literally, it almost like gave ammo to all its woke critics to sort of prove it. The ending that they made wasn't anywhere as better than the shitty ending that they were already going towards the direction of, which just proves the whole show was bad. They're literally admitting we don't know what we're doing. We're just listening to what Kevin, the audio engineer, thinks. And you guys don't even see it. You can't even see that they're like acknowledging that this is all regurgitated nonsense. And then like, let's change it and do it our way. And does this like tacked on reference thing. This show sucked. This show sucked. I was literally starting to like it. I was like, all right, Daredevil got me. Like, I'm starting to like her. This show sucked. And for the gall of them to put themselves in this show, to like make themselves canon as part of this production crew. I just don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm just so annoyed. This scene was one of the worst scenes I've seen in an MCU show ever. I've had a lot of problems with a lot of stuff, but this like self-parody, and I love parody. Anybody knows me knows I love parody. This was cringe, and admitted all of the things that we thought. That the shows are all the same. Let's change it up and make it better by having a quiet scene in daylight where I confront everyone nicely and everything's solved. Yay. That's why. But meanwhile, let's not forget, it's all run by an algorithm. Oh, and by the way, the characters, I guess, can just break through Disney Plus to go talk to the writers anytime they want. So it's all bullshit. But hey, reference! References! Kevin has a hat and he's a robot. Oh, that's so good. Shoot me. Look, I don't like it. I didn't like it. I thought it was stupid. What did you guys think? I want to see. Hit that subscribe button if you like it. Hit the bell, because I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of hate on this one. But bring it on. Hey, if you liked it, as I said in the beginning, to each their own. I was not a fan. Marvel. Good thing Wakanda Forever's coming out, because I'm getting worried. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. I will be live later over on Popcorn Planet. I hope to see you guys there. Oh my goodness. Thanks for watching.